Okay, hi everyone. So we are in the last part for chapter 10, distribution approximation, and this is the last subtopic for syllabus SM025. So let's do this. So in distribution approximation, you are going to see the keyword is continuity correction. Okay, continuity correction, or we can also call this as CC. Alright, so what is a CC? Which is you have to plus or subtract 0.5 from probability of x that is given to us. Okay, so what we are going to do here is the question will give you binomial distribution. Okay, but there's a twist. Sometimes the question will give a very big n, and this is what you are going to find out, that np is greater and equals to 5. Okay, if your np is greater and equals to 5, you have to do continuity correction. Okay, so how are we going to do continuity correction? We're going to learn that later. So from binomial, if our np is greater and equals to 5, so you have to do continuity correction, and that will change that from discrete to continuous, which is continuous is your normal distribution. Okay, so that means we have to change binomial to normal. So we have already done in the previous video that for normal distribution kita tak boleh tengok table, so we have to change to standard normal distribution. Okay, so there are 3 steps here, which is the first one is we have to change to normal distribution. We have to find mu, which is, you know, mu is np and your variance is npq, and then we have to do continuity correction. Okay, from here, this one from binomial, which is this is n, this is p, you have to find your np. Okay, np is your mean. Okay, so if your mean is greater and equals to 5, so we have to change the distribution. So and then we have to do continuity correction, and the last one we have to do standard normal distribution, which is the bell shaped. Okay, so let's see the question here. Okay, so here what we are going to do if np is greater and equals to 5, or if your nq is greater and equals to 5. Okay, so that is what we do. We are going to do continuity correction. So from discrete or from binomial, we have to change this to normal distribution, okay, or continuous distribution. So first you have to check that your np is greater and equals to 5, or your nq is greater and equals to 5. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how are we going to do the continuity correction. So first, given to us px, this is discrete, let's say from discrete or binomial to continuous, which is, you know that you have to do continuity correction here. Okay, we have to do CC. Okay, let me write the first question. Let's say the question asks you to find the probability of x equals to 3. Okay, px equals to 3. So with np greater and equals to 5, obviously, so we have to do the continuity correction. So what we have to do here is we are going to do number line. Okay, so 3, this is discrete. Discrete maksudnya seketul. If x equals to 3, we can write that as this one here. Okay, kita buat satu kotak dekat 3. So that is x equals to 3. Okay, continuity correction, plus minus 0.5. So this is what you want. The number before is less 0.5. This one is you have to plus 0.5. Okay, so what you have here is 3. So the line here represent 3 minus 0.5. That means 2.5 here. And the line here represent 3 plus 0.5. So that will be 3.5 here. So if we do continuity correction, we are going to change this into, this will be equals to px between 2.5 and 3.5. Okay, so that is what continuity correction means. Okay, so let's try one more time. One more question. Let's say if I have px greater and equals to 3. Okay, of course we are going to do number line. So greater and equals to 3, discrete, it will be 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay, so starting from 3, so we are going to do a box to the right hand side because greater and equals to 3, so all will be moving to the right hand side here. Okay, so your line is before 3, so you have to minus by 0.5, so here will be 2.5. So after continuity correction, this will be changed to x greater and equals to 2.5. Okay, so what you are going to do here is you are going to follow the equal sign. Kalau ada equal, dia ada equal. Okay, kalau dia ada less, dia ada less. Kalau dia less than equal, dia just less than equals. Please do not change the greater or less sign. Okay, so lain daripada yang sebelum ni kita cari probability lah, bukan tukar-tukar sign. We don't need to change to greater or less than for continuity correction. We just simply add or minus 0.5. Okay, let's try one more question. If I have px less than 3. Okay, so let's represent that in number line. Less than 3. 3 is not included. So we have 2, 1. Let's just put 3 here and so on. 0. Okay, so less than 3, which is to the left, which is 3 is not included. So from 2, 1 and so on. Okay, so the line is after 2. So we have to plus by 0.5. So here will be 2.5. Okay, or the line is before 3. So you have to minus by 0.5. 3 minus 0.5 will still get 2.5. So we are going to change this after continuity correction. That will be x less than, just follow the sign from the original probability. So here will be px less than 2.5. Okay, so let's try one more. Let's say if I have p, let's say 3x 6. Okay, x is between 3 and 6. 3 is included. So we do number line. So discrete. What is inside the probability that you want? We want 3, 4, and 5, which is 6 is not included. So what we are going to do is we are going to make a box for what we want here. Okay, px is between 3 and 6. 6 is not included, so you can just ignore the 6 here. Okay, so the box line before 3, so that will be 2.5. Okay, you have to minus by 0.5. And this line is after 5, so you have to plus by 0.5. This will be 5.5. Okay, so after continuity correction, this will be p 2.5. Just follow the sign. X 5.5. Okay, alright, so that is how we do continuity correction. Just imagine the box. Okay, so the line before, you have to minus 0.5. If the line after the number, you have to plus 0.5. I have done the summary for all the probability from here, so we can see. Let's see this one here. Okay, probability of x between 2 and 5, both are included. Okay, so if we do 2 to 5, which means the number here is 3, 4. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5 is inside here. We make one box here. So the line before 2, we have to minus, so 1.5. The line after 5, so that will be 5.5. So after continuity correction, it will be x between 1.5 and 5.5. Okay, so same thing here. Let's say if we have x less than equals to 3, so the number will be 3, 2, 1, and so on. Okay, so here is the line which is after 3, so you have to plus by 0.5. Okay, so that is how we do continuity correction. Okay, so basically what we are going to do for this is you are going to change your binomial distribution with n and p to normal if your np is greater and equals to 5, or if your n is very large, or if your nq is greater and equals to 5. Okay, so we are going to do continuity correction, which is here is you have to plus minus by 0.5. Okay, so we have a normal. So from this to this, the same thing that we do in the previous video. Okay, so basically 3 steps that we have to do here. First is we have to find our NP and NPQ from binomial. So see if your NP is greater and equals to 5. It is. If it is greater, so you have to do continuity correction. And the third one is we are going to do standard normal distribution. Okay, so that is 3 steps that you have to do. So let's see the example. Example 26. If x is a binomial with n equals to 200 and p equals to 0.7, use the normal approximation to find. Okay, so this question straightforward give us from binomial to normal approximation. So you know that you have to use continuity correction. Okay, from normal to from binomial to normal. So what we have here is we have n is equals to 200, p is equals to 0.7. So let's find our np. If we multiply 200 by 7 by 0.7, we have 140, which is this is greater and equals to 5. Okay, which is greater than 5. So you know that you have to do normal approximation. Okay, so let's find our npq. So npq is just simply 140 multiplied by 0.3. So here our variance is 42. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to write our distribution. So from binomial with n200, 0.7. So we have to change to normal with mean or np is equals to 140 and your variance is 42. Okay, so this is very important. Make sure you write your distribution here. So you know from binomial to normal we have to do continuity correction. Okay, 3 step. NP, so that is our first step lah. So this is our first step. Okay, find NP and Q. NP and PQ. Second is CC. Third is S and D. Alright, so now let's see. We want to find Px greater and equals to 130. So you have changed the distribution from binomial to normal. You have to do CC first. Alright, so here we have Px greater and equals to 130. So let's do number line. Greater than 130. So we have 130, 131, 132 and so on to the right. Okay, so including 130. So it will be like this. So this line here before 130, so we have 129.5 or basically 130 minus 0.5. Okay, so what we are going to do here, second step is CC. So here we have to change Px greater and equals to 129.5. Okay, for the sign, you just follow the question. Okay, so this one is already normal. Okay, in normal distribution already. So we are just going to apply standard normal distribution by changing this to Z. Okay, step 3, we are going to use the formula Pz greater and equals to our x minus by the mean, which is we have the mean here 140 divided by standard deviation, which is square root 42. So here just put that in your calculator. You should get Pz greater and equals to negative 1.62. Okay, so Pz greater than negative 1.62. So back again with the bell shape. Remember, if you are doing SND, of course you need your bell shape. Okay, so here we have the bell shape. So for z greater than negative 1.62, negative 1.62 is on the left hand side. So this is your 0, but they want greater, so it will be here. This is the area that we want. Okay, so since we want greater positive, so what we have to do is we have to take the whole probability, which is 1. So this will be equals to 1 minus Pz. You have to minus by this part here. Okay, to get the shaded region, we have to minus by this part here. So that part is z less than negative 1.62. Okay, so here we have negative 1.62. So this is the yellow part. So now this part here, z less than negative 1.62, we just can shift on the right hand side. So that will be 1 minus Pz greater than positive 1.62. So look at your table, find 1.62. So here is 1.6. This is your 1.6 and our 2 is here. So the value is 0.0526. Okay, so now we just minus 1 minus 0.0526, and we have the final answer 0.9474. Okay, so that is how we do continuity correction with S and D. Okay, so once again, if you have binomial, you have to change, and your NP is greater and equals to 5, you have to change to normal distribution by using continuity correction, and then you just do standard normal distribution like usual. Okay, so let's see this one. So with the same distribution, which is we have already changed from binomial to normal, so we have to do CC. So first step we have already done here, our N and NP and NPQ. So second step is to change our X. So here we have a number line. So 136 to 148. So 136 is included. So here 137 and so on up until 147. Okay, because 148 tak ada equal dekat sini. And then we are going to make a box for all of this. Okay, so the number here will be 135.5. The number here will be 147.5. Okay, why? Because 147 plus by 0.5. This one 136 minus 0.5. Okay, so what we have here, after we do the continuity correction, this will be P 135.5 still X, and here will be 147.5. Okay, so that is your second step for continuity correction. Okay, so next is we are going to change this into standard normal distribution. So we just put Z equals to, or we can just write 135.5 minus by the mean, which is 140, divided by standard deviation square root 42. So here will be Z, and here also the same 147.5 minus 140 over square root 42. And put everything in your calculator, you should get P negative 0.69, Z 1.16. Okay, so again we are going to draw the bell shape. Okay, so satu negative, satu positive. So negative, here is your 0. Negative 0.69, 1.16. 1.16. So the area is in the middle here. Okay, macam biasalah kamu ingat kalau in the middle, we have to change straight away 1 minus the one on the left minus the one on the right. So the one on the left is PZ less than negative 0.69. The one on the right is PZ greater than 1.16. Okay, so this one on the right, this one is on the left. And this one we can just shift to the left, to the right hand side, and that will be 1 minus PZ greater than positive 0.69, and here will be PZ greater than 1.16. Now you can see your table. So here we have 1 minus 0.69. So here we have 0.69 is here. So 2451. 0.2451. And here is 1.16. 1.1. Stop up until 6. Here is your 6. So the value is 1230 minus 0.1230. So the final answer will be 0.6319. Okay. Okay, so let's try two more questions here. Px less than 142. Okay, so we have to do CC first. To the number line 142. 142 tak termasuk. Okay, less than 142. So start with 141, 140, 139 dan so on ke sebelah kiri. So dia akan jadi macam ni. So the line here is after 141. Okay, kamu ada 142 lah kat sini, tapi 142 is not included because it's not, there is no equal there. So the number here will be 141.5. Okay, so to change the continuity correction, this will be x less than 141.5. Okay, CC settle, tinggal tukar kepada standard normal distribution, z less than 141.5 minus the mean here is 140 over by square root 42. So put that in your calculator, you should get z less than 0.23. Okay, so lukis table. Whenever you get z, you get your standard normal distribution, always draw your table. Draw your bell shape. So here we have positive 0.23. This is your 0. So here positive 0.23. But the question said less than. So it's to the right. Again, what we have to do is equals to 1 minus the one on the right here, which is z greater than 0.23. Okay, tengok table, dapat 0.3 apa? We have supposedly get 4090, and here the final answer is 0.591. Okay, so question D, please do this by yourself. The final answer is 0.0268. So now you have learned how to do continuity correction, how to do standard normal distribution. Okay, there are 3 steps for this. If you want to change from binomial to normal, you have to find your NP and PQ, CC, standard normal distribution. 3 steps. Okay, now let's see. The next question, example 27. A fair coin is tossed 300 times. So you know that this is a binomial distribution because give us n equals to 300. Okay, discrete. The question doesn't say normal distribution. It said using a suitable approximation, but we know that we have to use normal distribution. Okay, find the probability that number of heads obtained. So from binomial, we have n equals to 300, and a fair coin is tossed. We want to find the number of heads. So that is your x. So the probability of getting heads is 0.5. Okay, so the next thing is we have to verify that your NP equals to greater or equals to 5. So we have NP equals to 300 times 0.5, which is we have 140. Okay, which is greater than 5. So we have to change this into normal. And then we find our NPQ, which is you should get 75. So this one change to normal, and that will be mu. Mu is the mean, which is 140, and the variance NPQ 75. Okay, so you know that every time you change from discrete to continuous or binomial to normal, you have to do CC. So first step is CC. So the question asks about PX exceeds 160. So we have to find PX greater than 160. Okay, so we draw the number line greater than 160. 160 is not included. Okay, we have 160, 161, 162, and so on. But 160 is not included. So up until here. 161, 162. So the number here, this line here, will be 160.5. Okay, how did I get that? 161 minus 0.5. Okay, so now we have to change this according to our continuity correction, 160.5. Now this is already normal distribution, so we only need to change to standard normal distribution. 160.5 minus the mean, we have 150 over square root 75. And here you supposedly get z greater than 1.21, which is z greater than 1.21. You can just see your table. Okay, so 1.21, 1.21. So the value is 0.1131 equals to 0.1131. Okay, last question here. Not greater than 135. If not greater, which means less. Okay, less than 135. But since the question said not greater, it has to be equal. Okay, so remember, do your CC. So we have less and equals to 135. 135 is included. To the left, 134 133, and so on. So we start with 135 to the left. So here the number is 135.5. So this one we have to change after CC. It's gonna be x less than equals to 135.5, and then change to standard normal distribution. We have z less than equals to 135.5 minus by the mean 150 over square root 75. And kita ada z less than equals to negative 1.67. So again, ini dah biasa sangat buat. Just shift to the right and we will be z greater than 1.67. Tengoklah table kamu dapat berapa. You supposedly get 0.475. Okay. Okay, so for example 28, we have a farmer believed that 60% of the tomatoes that are brought into his garden shed are classed as grade A. Alright, so assuming that he is right, use the suitable approximation, find the probability that in a random sample of 100 tomatoes, the proportion of grade A is less than 65%. So what do we have from this question? First, sekali baca, we know that the number of n is 100. So we know that this is binomial. Okay, binomial distribution with n equals to 100. Okay, so what is the probability of getting the grade, the tomatoes in grade A? So that will be 60%, and that will be 0.6. Okay, so that is our probability. So if you know here, we can find NP, which is 100 multiplied by 0.6, which will get a 60. Okay, we know that 60 is greater than 5. Automatically, you have to change this into normal distribution. Okay, so we change NPQ as well. So we have 100 times 0.6 times by 0.4, which is here we have 24. Okay, change this to normal distribution. So we have x normal with mean 60 and the variance is 24. Okay, so this is your mean, this is your variance. Okay, so that is your step 1. Remember, when you change binomial to normal, always do continuity correction. So second step is we have to do continuity correction. So the question said, the proportion of grade A is less than 65%. Okay, so 65% tomatoes is equals to 65 tomatoes lah. Alright, so now we are going to do x less than 65. Okay, so to do continuity correction, that will be, so draw our number line, less than 65. Okay, we have 65, 64, 63, and so on. But the question said less than 65. So 65 is not included, so it stopped from 64 to 63 to 62 and so on. So the number here will be 64.5. Okay, so just simply take this number plus by 0.5. So here we are going to change this into px less than 64.5. So that is your second step for continuity correction. And the last step is we are going to do standard normal distribution, because this one here is already in normal. Okay, so we have to change to standard normal distribution. So here we have to use the formula pz less than 64.5 minus by the mean, which is mean here is 60, minus 60 over square root 24. And here the answer is z less than 0.92. Okay, so already in standard normal distribution, so what we have to do is we have to draw the bell shape. Okay, so we have 0.92 positive, since this is 0, so 0.92 is on the right hand side. The question said less than 0.92, so all on the left hand side. Okay, so to find z less than 0.92, we have to do 1 minus pz greater than 0.92. Okay, which is this thing here represent this area here. Okay, why are we going to change? Why are we changing this? Because if you want to use the table has to be, the probability has to be greater or greater and equals. So from the table, you have Z greater than 0.92. So let's find 0.92 from the table. 0.9 is here, 2 is here. So that will be 1788. So here will be 0.1788 and the answer is 0.8212. Okay, so very easy. Basically just 3 steps. If you check your NP is greater or equals 5, we just straight away find our NPQ, and the next step is we have to do continuity correction, binomial to normal, draw your number line, and the next step is we have to do SND. Okay, make sure you do your bell shape. Okay, so here is to find NP or NPQ. Here is your continuity correction. Here is your SND. Okay, so let's do the last question here. A drug manufacturer claims that a certain drug cures a blood disease on the average 80% of the time. Okay, to check the claim, government testers use the drug on a sample of 100 individuals and decide to accept the claim if 75 or more are cured. So here we have X binomial. We have N is equals to 100 with probability 80%, which is 0.8. Okay, so straightforward. Here we know that the question said the government testers use the drug on a sample of 100 individuals and decide to accept the claim if 75 or more are cured. Okay, so that is what the question said. Accept if Px greater than equals to 75. Okay, so first thing first, we have to change our binomial to normal. Why? Because we see that our NP is equals to 100 multiplied by 0.8, we get 80, which is greater than 5. Okay, so find your NPQ. NPQ is supposed to be 16. Okay, now we are going to change from binomial to normal with mean 80 and variance 16. Okay, so now the question said, what is the probability that the claim will be rejected when the cure probability is in fact 0.8? Okay, so rejected. Here the question said rejected. Okay, when the government accept the claim, it is X greater than equals to 75. That means if the government reject the claim, so that will be Px less than 75. Okay, so a little bit different lah soalan ni. So now make sure remember to do your CC sebab kita tukar daripada binomial ke normal. So we have a number line 75, 74 less than kan 73, 72 and so on, but 75 is not included, so stops at 74, and here's gonna be 74.5. So after doing the CC, here should be X less than 74.5. Okay, so next thing is to do the standard normal distribution. So we have Z less than 74.5 minus by the mean 80 over by the standard deviation square root 16. And here's the answer is Z less than negative 1.38. Okay, so yang ni kamu tahu, kita boleh terus shift PZ greater than 1.38. Siapa yang macam tak faham lagi kenapa boleh shift tu, let me show you one last time. Here is negative 1.38. Okay, here is 0. So Z less than negative 1.38 is here. Okay, which is this area is the same as this one. We shift here. Is the same as this area. So we can just take 1 point Z greater than 1.38. Okay, so you look at your table, you should get the answer 0.0838. Now, the last question. Accepted by the government when the cure probability is as low as 0.7. So we have now a new distribution with 100 people, 100 individual, and the probability is 0.7. Okay, so we change this, we should get x normal. So NP is 70, NPQ is 21. Accepted. Okay, you know that the government accept the claim if x greater than equals to 75. So now we have to find px greater than equals to 75. Okay, don't forget you have to do the CC. So we have 75. Okay, 75 is included, 76, 77 and so on. So kita buat kotak ke sebelah kanan. And this number here will be 74.5. Why this number minus 0.5? Okay, so here will be px greater than equals to 74.5. And then change to standard normal distribution, z greater than equals to 74.5 minus by the mean over by the standard deviation, square root 21. Here you should get the answer z greater than 0.98. Since it is already greater, we can just straightforward look at your table and you'll find the answer 0.1635. The end of syllabus matriculation SM025 mathematics. Okay, so good luck and all the best to you guys for your PSPM. I wish you all the best. May you get A for maths and all your subject. And thank you for watching the videos. I'll see you guys when I see you. Thank you guys. Bye bye.